going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we finally got to hear from Kyrie Irving, man. He spoke on everything from LeBron James wanting him to be a part of the Lakers, the Brooklyn Nets. He kind of briefly spoke on that when they asked him about people betraying him in that organization or whatever, and he also hit the court with his teammates. They said Kyrie was the first person at practice today, guys, and that he was out there putting in work before anybody else. Again, this has a chance to be one of the most dynamic perimeter scoring duos we've ever seen in the history of the league. You know, the one question right now is trading away a defender like Dorian Finney-Smith and those guys. Are they going to be able to replace those guys that defended the better wings for Luka Doncic so he could just focus on one end of the court? But hey, man, we about to hear from Kyrie, and we're going to check this footage out, and I'll be back with my commentary. Check it out.
I feel like the Nets did that was disrespectful to you.
I think that's another day where I could really go into detail about it. I'm not the person to really speak on names and go to someone behind their back and try to leak stuff to the media. That's never been me. Now, I've been an audience member watching people say things about me that ultimately just fall off my shoulder. I'm really in a place that I'm grateful that I got to grow into over the last year and a half, 2 years. Spending time away from the basketball court gave me time to really appreciate life in a new way. And I just know I need healthy boundaries, especially in this entertainment business. There's a lot of disrespect that goes on with people's families, with their names, and I'm just not with it. So it's nothing personal against any of those guys against in the front office. It's just what I'm willing to accept. And I took a chance, and luckily and fortunately, the Dallas Mavericks picked me up. So it's just all what I can control.
Kyrie, from your perspective, how would you sift through what was the fact and fiction that led to where you are now?
I mean, we could sit here all day, man. I think we probably could go through the timeline of all the reports since I first came into Brooklyn. But the greatest lesson I could share with you that I learned from signing in Brooklyn for free agency is I wish I would have got to know the people that were behind the organization. I went in there and was just a kid with a dream on my mind with KD, and we wanted to bring a championship to a young organization. They were only around for 6 years. I grew up a New Jersey Nets fan. It's in my blood. I cheer for them. But when things start to change and you're not getting transparency and honesty from people in the front office or people around you, I mean, I don't know what person feels comfortable or confident in that type of environment. And again, I don't want to go into too many details because it's water under the bridge now. Like, I wish them well. Left them in 4th place. I did what I was supposed to do, took care of my teammates, was incredibly selfless in my approach to leading. I just wanted to do all the right things for myself, not to appease anybody that had something negative to say about me or they judged me. This basketball game, it's fun, and I want to keep it that way. I want to stay competitive and just work hard. So,
what did KD say?
We came together in about 2018, 19, kind of when that finals happened, and we weren't coming together to plan what team we were going to, but we just had goals together, and it wasn't just as a duo. We were seeing ourselves as savants in the culture that we wanted to teach the youngins, and if we got some young guys that were willing to sacrifice and buy into what we got going on, then we were gonna flourish, we felt. But it just didn't work out, and we still remain brothers. But it is a business at the end of the day, as we always say, and I gotta look out for my family, and ultimately I wanna be at peace every time I come into work, rather than things hanging over my head or wondering what people think about me in the building, or whether or not a report's gonna come out tomorrow that I don't talk to my teammates, which is untrue. And then, I just felt like being in New York City and the media capital of the world, there was so many things that leaked out that I didn't even know where they came from. And I'm answering things that I don't deserve, and ultimately I don't pay attention to that much. So I'm just grateful that I got to move on, and I'm here. I'm grateful for the opportunity, but I think you heard in this interview, like, as much as the what ifs I would love to focus on and cherish, and what could have been or what should be, I have to shift my focus to what we have going on here, and that's what brings me peace. Is just taking care of what I can control in here and really embracing my teammates and being one of the leaders on our team alongside the coaching staff in the front office of just exemplifying what greatness looks like, and that's just worrying about the work, chopping wood and carrying water. Like I tweeted the other day, it's just the same thing every day, and just growing as a human being. So I think to not talk too much here, but me and Brian have grown as human beings, and it's always gonna be my brother, always gonna have great things to say about him and his family. but my focus is here. So unfortunately, Lakers, they're doing what they're doing, and that's it.
Kai, what conversations?
We're excited, grateful for the opportunity, really feel wanted, and I know that they had to give up some pieces for me to get here, so I don't take that for granted. Shout out to Mr. Cuban, shout out to the whole entire front office, for the Dallas organization. I've been here for about 48 hours or a little bit more than that, and it's been nothing but a warm embrace and nothing but genuine love. So I'm just taking it 1 minute at a time and just focus on what I can control, which is how I prepare, and I just come in every single day and be consistent.
Kyrie, there's been a lot of reporting, obviously, about what led up to you wanting to leave Brooklyn, but can you put it in your own words what happened?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use this opportunity to just talk about the business that we're in. As a player, it's very emotional because you build lifelong relationships and you want to hold on to them. And it's a brotherhood, it's a sisterhood. We all love each other in unconditional ways when we want to see each other do well. So, the reporting and the journalism that was going to come out of why I left, I knew that was going to be speculation. But for me personally, just sitting in the seat today, I just know I want to be places where I'm celebrated and not just tolerated or just, kind of dealt with in a way that doesn't make me feel respected. And there were times throughout this process when I was in Brooklyn where I felt very disrespected, and my talent, work extremely hard at what I do. No one ever talks about my work ethic though. Everyone talks about what I'm doing off the floor. So I just want to change that narrative, write my own story, and just continue to prepare in the gym. And now that I'm in Dallas, just focus on what I can control, like I said. And I'm always going to be close with those guys in Brooklyn, just like I'm close with guys in Boston, just like I'm close to guys in Cleveland. It is a team competitive sport, but we care about each other's families way more off the court. So I know the relationships will extend off. I'm just focused on preparing to win.
What did you feel like the Nets did that was disrespectful to you?
I think that's another day where I could really go into detail about it. I'm not the person to really speak on names and go to someone behind their back and try to leak stuff to the media. That's never been me. Now, I've been an audience member watching people say things about me that ultimately just fall off my shoulder. I'm really
So, guys, as you can see in the footage, man, Kyrie is getting acquainted with his new teammates, man. He answered a lot of questions that people's had about him for the last longest. And I know a lot of people say Kyrie is being, he's being PC. He's being politically correct. He's just saying what everybody wants to hear. We've heard this story before. We heard it in Boston. We heard it in Cleveland. Now we're hearing it in Brooklyn. Only time will tell how this goes, but what you can bank on is that Dallas, they got their two guys. For the longest time, it was to get Luka another guy that can erupt offensively like Luka. Where you have that, you have the most dynamic shot creator we have in this league and shot maker below the rim. I mean, he's second to none probably all time with his balance, hanging, ambidextrous shots around the rim. So look, man, Luka has this guy. They're going to have to find some wing defense. I mean, Reggie Bullock, I guess he's still there. He can guard the best players, but you need someone stronger, more athletic like Dorian Finney-Smith. You need to look around the league, scour. You know what I would like to see them go out and do since he's on the market? It says that Toronto has OG Anunoby on the market, so that's probably who they need to be targeting right now. I don't know how they make that deal happen, but they should. They should go out and just see, can they grab him? Because they seem settled in on Scotty Barnes. I think an OG Anunoby for that team, I think it takes them to that next level. You know what I'm saying? I really think it does. An elite defender, a guy that can get you 18 a night. Hey, that's what I would be looking for. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Do y'all like this? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.